So my name is Langmaid. I'm a chiropractor. My great-grandfather was a chiropractor that studied under BJ in the 1920s. I am very fortunate to have a lot of artifacts and memorabilia from his collection from being at Palmer back in the day. And certainly what I'm going to talk about might not be for everybody here, but I think it's important to understand not only where I'm coming from, but certainly also where you could potentially take your ideas in your practice. So when I talk, Tristan kind of prefaced it by saying, I'm kind of about the research and the marketing to other healthcare providers. And I don't think it's really about MDs specifically. It could be MD, it could be DO, it could be a midwife, it could be a doula, it could be any other healthcare provider, it could be a massage therapist, an athletic trainer. But for me, there is nothing more powerful than a chiropractic adjustment. The breadth and depth of the research supporting what we do with the chiropractic adjustment has never been better. That's something that was not the case when my great-grandfather was practicing in the 20s. It was not the case in the 30s. It was not the case in the 40s or in the 50s. But we are fortunate today to have, again, the best breadth and depth of research showcasing the power, the efficacy, and the safety of a chiropractic adjustment and what that can do for people and how it can change people's lives. So what I am all about is finding systems, finding processes, finding automations to spread that message. Again, MD, DO, midwife, doula, wherever your interest resides, it's about communicating that message to other healthcare providers. But there's a system to do it, because I know a lot of people out here have probably said, well, I kind of met with this guy or that guy, and it just didn't work out. And that's where processes and systems come into play big time in terms of outreach. So if it's just flim-flam or a one-shot deal, it's very difficult to get traction. But ultimately, again, if you can showcase the power of a chiropractic adjustment, if you can showcase that through the social proof of the people that are coming into your practice, that might be a case note, sending it over on eval, re-eval, and discharge. That's a very powerful tool. It's not going to flood your gates with referrals, but again, everybody that comes in, 90% of them are walking out exceptionally happy. 100% of them's lives are changed by that adjustment. And showcasing that is something that we need to take advantage of. And that is where I kind of find my niche within chiropractic, is really all about that. So if you'd like to learn more, I don't know, I'm kind of just riffing at random here.
What would be your number one tip for working with MD?
A number one tip for working with any other healthcare provider, I would say there's 3 legs of the referral stool. One is those case notes. Every patient that comes in is an opportunity to showcase that your practice exists, that people are coming in, and people are getting well. So case notes are absolutely one leg of the referral stool that are extremely important. Number 2 is outreach through a meeting. When you can sit down and chat with somebody, you do different things. We should not do what they do. We have the tool. We have the chiropractic adjustment. But many people don't understand what that is, the power of it, or they haven't been showcased it in the right way. They might rely on myth and conjecture or what they heard from this guy or that guy. So setting the record straight through a meeting is extremely important. And finding out about their practice. You might not work with 90% of the other providers in town. They might not resonate with you, but I guarantee you there are few that are. So meetings are an essential component of that cycle. And then in my opinion, the third component is really that drip of research. So often I speak, a couple weeks ago I spoke in New Jersey, and there's 650 chiropractors, and I certainly was a little bit anxious to get up there, but I was talking about chiropractic research, and I was talking about the chiropractic adjustment, and I was putting up award-winning paper after award-winning paper, and I would say, how many of you have heard or seen of this paper? And maybe one hand would go up in 650. I don't say that as an indictment of the people in the room. I say that if we don't know the research that substantiates what we do, we see the proof every day. But the other people that are not in our office, AKA other providers, they don't see that often. So they're not in our practice. Now they might see from their patient or hear about it, but taking hold of that is what is key and what is imperative. And research is the number one way to do that. Where I was going with that was, if we don't know that research, how do we expect the other healthcare professionals, our community, to know about that research? They are busy, they are taxed. We are all busy in our practices and in our lives. So when you can take a moment and really showcase and highlight what you do throughout a drip sequence of research, that again, you start to marry a meeting where they see you're a real person, where you can answer questions, where you can learn about how you could serve them and their patients, and them yours. Number two, when you can drip that research to them, showcase new ideas. Showcase the breadth and depth of what supports what we do every day in practice as number two. And then number three, you substantiate that with case notes along the way. You have really a winning proposition to start building relationships with other providers. And to me, that's a big opportunity. We've done a fantastic job. Chiropractic has thrived despite near insurmountable odds at times from these healthcare organizations. We've heard others talk about it this weekend, and I completely concur. But at this time, we've done a great job B2C. Everything we do is typically B2C or referral-based. The best practices in the world are referral-based. But one of the biggest opportunities is and are those referrals from other healthcare providers. So if you're interested in learning more, you can always check me out, Jeff, at the evidencebasedchiropractor.com. You can shoot me an email on the evidencebasedchiropractor.com website, and I'll be happy to answer any questions anybody has. And certainly thanks, Tristan, for giving me a few minutes to riff at random. So thank you.